in terms of coping with things, I think it's always going to be difficult. I'm not someone who believes you can really overcome social anxiety, but you can perhaps find strategies to minimize it, to cope with it with experience. So I'm not someone who believes in medication, for instance. I've never taken anything, any drugs for alleviating anxiety, unless you classify alcohol or something like that. But no, I barely drink at all these days anyway. So yeah, all my coping strategies are basically based around my experiences and from reading about the thing. As other YouTube members have said, an important thing I think is not to try and categorize yourself too much as suffering from social anxiety, not to make it sort of not to make your whole life revolve around social anxiety and feel that it's holding you back from doing anything. I think you got to think in terms of things that you do well, what your interests, and you try to make the most of these things, and you try to find people who appreciate you for these things, your good qualities, things you're interested in. And I believe for everyone there are going to be people there around who will appreciate you for what you are. It might not be it might not be the majority of people, but there are bound to be some people who you can identify with, develop friendships with. So I think one of the keys is to concentrate on these kind of things, meeting people, not worrying too much about I want to overcome social anxiety and be very confident and being able to being very popular with lots of people, because as far as I'm concerned, that's very difficult. At least it's something to work towards, perhaps. Once you've got a certain number of friends, maybe you can then think in terms of the next hurdle. But I think once you're starting to think about overcoming social anxiety, or at least having some kind of life, some kind of social life, it's important to take the first small steps, and then afterwards, who knows. But again, don't set your targets initially too high. Something else, other things for me that I think have helped me over the years has been really exposing myself a bit into situations where I'm forced to be sociable, to speak to people face to face, or even on the internet. But I think primarily I'm talking about face-to-face, meeting people in not real life situations. And for instance, during my studies, for instance, we had to give in a small group each week. We had to give like a mini presentation of the work you've done during the previous week, and I felt that that's really helped me. From that, I gained a fair amount of confidence in talking, even if it's just to a small group of people. I became increasingly more comfortable from doing that, and so yeah, if you can be in find situations like that where you can stand up to people and talk to people, just a small group of people, then that will definitely help somewhat with your confidence. And other example, I was involved with after my studies. I think from the confidence I gained from doing these small presentations, I took on to new things. For instance, after my studies, I did a little bit of campaign work, where I would speak to people on the street. I went to people's houses to discuss with people, to raise awareness with people, and that was really pushing the boundaries. And occasionally you would have things sometimes where it didn't go well, where you would say something or someone would say something to you and you would be a bit caught out, but the majority of the time, it was very productive and you did feel like you were building confidence. So if you can find a job or something, or even do something voluntarily where you're exposed to that kind of situation, then it really can add. It can be a useful way of growing in confidence, improving your social skills. You're reducing your fear of social situations as well. And this, I guess, to emphasize how useful these things were during that period. I had hardly any friends really, or not what I call good friends, and certainly no girlfriend over a number of years really. So these things, they really helped me to develop confidence. What I'm trying to say is it's not like I had friends at that time, or I had a great social life, or I wasn't isolated. No, these things, I did have problems, and these things I can say 100% were very useful in. I became more sure of myself from doing these things, and subsequently, when I did meet women, mainly on the internet, but I did feel more sure of myself, more able to, I guess, that feeling that I had something to offer the opposite sex, that I'm perhaps got something interesting to offer them, rather than before, where I just maybe I felt a little bit a blank canvas or something. And from doing these interests and things, it's, it gives you something to talk to people about if you're going out doing things. If you have some hobbies or whatever, even if you're just doing it just to get out of the house, it's something you can then you can talk to people about. You're at one stage, I would go to work or I go to university, come home, be sat at home in the evening watching TV or playing video games or something. It's not really very interesting. It's you can't really. It's not really great subject of conversation if that's what you do in your life. You're not. It doesn't really make you. You don't have a great amount of interesting things to say. So, in my case, I did try and join a few clubs. Certainly, when I was really at rock bottom, I had no social life. When I think I tried to get out and find things, clubs to join or something, and even if I didn't talk a huge amount with the people there, even just the fact that you're getting out and having even the smallest interactions with people, you're already overcoming a barrier in terms of anxiety and in terms of relationships, making relationships with people.